Every year, millions of people go missing worldwide. We've all seen those missing person posters, right? But some cases are just beyond creepy. These are the stories that keep you up at night, making you question everything you thought you knew about the world. While scientifically it's impossible to disappear into thin air, here are the top 10 cases that make you question everything. These stories are going to send chills down your spine. This first one is seriously messed up. It's 1915, the middle of World War I. The Gallipoli campaign is raging on. A group of New Zealand soldiers witnessed a whole battalion of English soldiers, the 1/4th Norfolk Regiment, marching up towards a hillside at Suvla Bay in Turkey and disappearing into a low-lying cloud. The English soldiers march into it, but they never emerge again. They vanish without a trace, just gone. After the war, the British government demanded that Turkey return the captured battalion, but the Turks insisted they never captured them. To this day, the disappearance of the 1/4th Norfolk Regiment remains one of the most baffling mysteries of World War I. In fact, there has been no contact with them to this very day, and they have never been found. This story takes us to the frozen wilderness of Canada. It's 1930. And fur trapper Joe Labelle is making his rounds in the Northwest Territories. Joe stumbles upon the Inuit village of Anjikuni, a place he knows well. But something's not right. The village is eerily silent. There's smoke rising from the huts, but no one's around. Inside, he finds half-eaten meals left abandoned. Needles are threaded and stuck in unfinished garments, indicating that the villagers had left their tasks abruptly. A fire was still burning in the hearth, with a pot of blackened stew resting on it, suggesting that daily life had come to an unexpected halt. When authorities conducted their investigation, they uncovered more questions than answers. No footprints were found, implying that the villagers did not evacuate their homes. Additionally, all the sled dogs were discovered buried under 12 feet of snow, while the villagers' food supplies remained untouched in their huts, as if they had simply vanished into thin air. As if all of that weren't eerie enough, all of the Eskimos' ancestral graves were found empty. The disappearance of the Anjikuni villagers remains an enduring mystery, with theories ranging from natural disasters to supernatural explanations. This next story takes us to the ancient and mysterious Stonehenge in England. It's August of 1971, and a group of free-spirited hippies are camping out near the stones. A massive thunderstorm rolls in, and I'm talking lightning, thunder, the whole shebang. But this isn't your average thunderstorm. This storm is different. The lightning is an intense, almost unnatural blue, and it's illuminating the stones of Stonehenge in a way that's both beautiful and terrifying. A nearby policeman and a farmer witnessed the whole thing. They described the blue light as being so bright, so intense, that it hurt to look at. And then they hear screams coming from the direction of the hippie camp. The policeman and the farmer rush to help, but when they reach the campsite, there's no one there. All that is left are a few smoldering tent pegs and a dying fire. The police searched for days, but they never found any trace of the missing hippies. Whatever happened that night, the Stonehenge hippie mystery remains one of the most bizarre and unsettling disappearances in history. Get ready for this one, guys, because it's a head-scratcher. It's 2014, and we're at Varna Airport in Bulgaria with Lars Mittank, a 28-year-old German tourist. Lars is on vacation with his friends, and they're about to head home after a fun trip. But things take a dark turn at the airport. Lars starts acting really strange, really paranoid. He's convinced that someone is after him, that he's in danger. His friends try to calm him down, but he's freaking out. He even tells them not to follow him. Then Lars does something totally unexpected. He runs. He sprints through the airport, pushing past people, desperate to get away from whatever he thinks is after him. He even jumps over a fence and disappears into a nearby field. And that, my friends, is the last confirmed sighting of Lars Mittank. The police reviewed the airport security footage, and it's clear that Lars is terrified, but there's no one following him. Whatever the reason, Lars's disappearance remains a mystery. This next case is tragic. It's 1966, and we're in Adelaide, Australia at Somerton Beach. It's a beautiful summer day, and the Beaumont children, 9-year-old Jane, 7-year-old Anna, and 4-year-old Grant, are enjoying a day at the beach with their parents. They're playing in the sand, building sandcastles, splashing in the water, you know, typical kid stuff. Around noon, the kids ask their parents if they can walk to a nearby kiosk to get some snacks. Their parents, thinking nothing of it, agree, But when the parents go to meet the kids at the kiosk later that afternoon, they're not there. They search the beach, frantic, but the children are gone. The police are called and a massive search is launched. They comb through the beach, the surrounding neighborhoods, everything. But there's no sign of the Beaumont children. The case of the Beaumont children becomes one of Australia's most infamous missing persons cases. There have been countless theories over the years, from abduction to accidental drowning. But the truth is, no one knows for sure what happened to Jane, Anna, and Grant Beaumont. This story takes us to Springfield, Missouri. It's June of 1992, and we meet Cheryl Levitt, her daughter Susie Streeter, and Susie's friend Stacy McCall. Susie has just graduated high school, and they're having a graduation party at Cheryl's house. It's a night of celebration, filled with laughter, music, and excitement for the future. But the next morning, when Cheryl's mom goes to check on them, the house is eerily quiet. The front door is unlocked. There are no signs of a struggle, and all three of their cars are still there. It's like they just vanished into thin air. The police are called, and they discover something truly strange. Susie and Stacy's purses, wallets, and keys are all gone, but their cars are still there. The police investigate every lead, but they hit dead end after dead end. The case of the Springfield Three, as they become known, remains unsolved to this day. Without any concrete evidence, their disappearance remains a haunting mystery. This story takes us to the back roads of Texas. It's August of 2013, and we meet Brandon Lawson, a 26-year-old father of three. Brandon is driving home from a visit with his girlfriend when he runs out of gas on a desolate stretch of highway. It's late at night, and he's stranded. Brandon calls his brother Kyle and tells him he's out of gas and needs help. Kyle says he's on his way. But then, things get really strange. Brandon calls 911 and he's clearly agitated. He tells the dispatcher he's in trouble, that someone is chasing him. He says he's running into the woods, and then the call cuts out. Kyle arrives at the spot where Brandon's truck is parked, but Brandon is nowhere to be found. The police are called and they launch a search of the area. Whatever happened to Brandon Lawson, his disappearance remains a mystery. This story takes us to Bury St Edmunds, England. It's September of 2016, and we meet Corrie McKeague, a 23-year-old airman in the Royal Air Force. Corrie is out with his friends, enjoying a night out in town. They're laughing, drinking, having a good time. But later that night, Corrie becomes separated from his friends. He's last seen on CCTV footage walking alone in the early hours of the morning, and then he's gone. Corrie's disappearance sparks a massive search effort. Police, volunteers, and even the military scour the area looking for any sign of him. They search fields, forests, even a landfill site where his phone was last tracked. But Corrie is nowhere to be found. Whatever happened to Corrie McKeague, his disappearance remains a mystery. This next story is one of the most unsettling on our list. It takes us to Belen, New Mexico. It's September of 1988, and we meet Tara Calico, a 19-year-old college student. Tara loves listening to music, riding her bike, and spending time with her family. One beautiful morning, Tara sets out for her usual bike ride, but Tara never returns home that day. Her family is frantic. They call the police, and a search is launched. Months go by, and there's no sign of Tara. Then, in June of 1989, a woman in Florida finds a Polaroid picture. It shows two people bound and gagged. The girl in the photo resembles Tara Calico. The photo sends shockwaves through the investigation. Could this be Tara, and who is the other person? The FBI analyzes the photo but can't confirm if it's Tara. To this day, no one knows what happened to Tara Calico. This final story is as baffling as it is heartbreaking. It's February of 1975, and we're in Yuba County, California. 5 friends, Jack Madruga, Ted Weyer, Bill Sterling, Jack Hewitt, and Gary Mathias, decide to drive to a basketball game at Chico State University. They're all young in their 20s and excited for a night out with friends. They never make it to the game. Their car, a 1969 Mercury Montego, is found abandoned on a remote logging road in the Sierra Nevada mountains about 70 miles from Chico. The car is locked, the keys are in the ignition, and there's no sign of a struggle. It's like they just vanished into thin air. The police are baffled. There's no logical explanation for why the 5 friends would abandon their car in the middle of nowhere. Searches of the area turn up nothing. Months turn into years, and the case of the Yuba County 5 goes cold. Then in 1976, a group of hikers make a gruesome discovery: a human skull. The skull is identified as belonging to Ted Wire. Despite numerous searches and investigations, the fate of the Yuba County Five remains a mystery. These disappearances, guys, they're like something out of a nightmare. They're chilling reminders of how little we sometimes know about the world around us. It's scary to think that people can just vanish without a trace, leaving behind so many unanswered questions. While scientifically it is impossible to disappear into thin air, many of these cases defy rational explanation. Could there be a supernatural force at play that we have yet to understand? Over the years, there have been numerous reports of unexplained paranormal events. What are your thoughts on what happened to the people who vanished? Until we uncover more answers, join us as we explore the 10 most terrifying demonic possession cases in history that science cannot explain.